Let's talk about Mars in Scorpio, friends. Now, it moved in August 24th. The planet Mars moved into the sign of Scorpio August 24th, and it will move out October 7th. And I have been listening to clients, listening to my friends, experiencing it myself, and recognizing that it is fundamental that we discuss this. There's a wonderful quote from Alice Bailey's books, and it goes like this. It will be obvious to you how the tests in Scorpio and the activity of Mars are potent to arouse the entire lower nature and bring about its final rebellion and the last stand, so to speak, of the personality against the soul. So what does this look like? This looks like hearing from clients that they have been raging inwardly and don't know where it's coming from, and it's coming from nowhere. This looks like waking up in the morning with blood pumping through your veins, Mars rules the bloodstream, and wanting to scream at your husband or wife for no apparent reason. This looks like a deep war within, because in Mars in Scorpio, we are addressing at its best the death of the personality. So what does that mean, the death of the personality? Mars rules the personality. Mars, this warrior energy of assertion and courage and dynamism and aspiration, rules the entire lower vehicle, or it rules the entire physical vehicle. And the physical vehicle must not be in charge. The higher vehicles must be in charge. The soul nature must be in charge. So when Mars is in Scorpio, there is an inner wrestling. And some of us have Mars in Scorpio for, our entire lives, right? But for all of us right now, we are experiencing what it is to have Mars in Scorpio. So wherever Mars falls in your chart, whatever house it's in, it is awakening that house, and it is requiring you to look at the desires of the lower nature, and it is asking how can this hunger, this anger, this fear be overcome by something higher. And it's not an easy answer. And it riles up the solar plexus, and it riles up the emotional realm. The antidote to Scorpio is always Taurus. And Taurus is a sign of the natural world, nature, being out in nature, stillness, groundedness, the gardens, beauty. And, the planet that accompanies Mars, or that calls to Mars, or that wants to instruct Mars, is Venus, which is the goddess of intelligent love. It represents the soul in the chart. So during this time when we are really struggling, all of us, with some of the most hidden and difficult parts of our personality, it is fundamental that we call upon the soul, that we call upon Venus, that we call upon our own Venusian qualities, that we call upon beauty. And it is also fundamental, and this is the reason why I'm offering this right now, because I just got back from kickboxing where I hit things very hard. It is also fundamental that we channel this energy and that we allow it to move through us and not get knotted within us. And because Scorpio can go deep, and it can be ugly, and it can be full of power struggles and betrayal and attacks and reactivity. So we have to let it move through. And I'm particularly sort of feisty to share this with you today because I woke up in a wretched state, and I woke up with Mars coursing through me. But fortunately, had a date with Destiny and went and worked out with Kendra Smith, and was allowed to channel some of that through. So one way is to channel it in a healthy way, and one way is to open to Venus, open to beauty, open to the higher, more subtle whispers that are there for you daily as well. Because we don't want to get entangled and enmeshed in the negativity, and it's easy to do so right now. So again, Mars stays in Scorpio through October 7th. What's interesting is that October 6th, Mars sort of hands Scorpio off to Saturn. So Saturn moves into Scorpio on October 6th. So we are in a period of time of having to grow up, having to deal with our ugliest parts in mature and responsible and loving ways, and having to bring consciousness and light to the darkness. So Mars in Scorpio will emerge victorious. The Scorpio phrase, warrior am I, and from the battle I emerge victorious. We all have a great aspiration right now to emerge victorious. But notice throughout your day when Mars, when the lower nature is controlling, and when you are not stopping and breathing and opening and listening and being a willing vessel for beauty to pour through you, because that is the antidote. So good luck to us all, and we will emerge triumphant, and it's a time to face our fears, and it's a time to commit to being strong and mature and full of the authority of what it takes to face darkness. And we are the triumphant warriors. All right, my friends, have a beautiful day, and a little feisty day too.